Hi viewers, welcome to this session, and my name is Veera. Today I'm going to show you this session, the role-based access control continuation part, and this is very quite helpful when you have a domain mode environment in your production. So this is completely related to this domain mode concept. So okay, so I'm going to show you on this. So what exactly this agenda today's session here it is. So domain mode, I'm going to start this domain mode in a single Linux box. That means, so this is a master only in this. So we have a master and in a single box, and I'm going to create some groups and some servers. Okay, so there is a case you have some groups, dev group. You might have a prod group. In domain mode generally we're going to create this multiple groups, and each group contains some servers. Okay, so this is a dev server 1 or something, and here we have a prod server 1. So we have a 2 groups and 2 servers. So let's think about it, even if we have a multiple but I'm going to show you this only this in a single box, the concept here. Even if you go with multiple boxes, so 1 master and 2 slaves, all like this, also you can do the same. Okay, I'm going to show you, just follow the same. So okay, so I'm going to create this master we have on single Linux box, and I'm going to create this dev user and the prod user, and I have 2 servers on this. Generally when you create any user, so once you log in from this admin console, so this user admin console login, once you log in it, you can able to see this group and this prod group. So because when you create any user, by default this is going to become a super user. Okay, so the super user can have all the access, so you can able to view these 2 groups, everything, whatever you have, everything can see. So but this requirement here it is, so it's not be like this. So when I create just like this, I'm going to create like this. So when I create, I'm going to create one user called dev user. I'm going to create prod user. So the 2 users I'm going to create it. So here in the RBAC. So this is a normal one. So it will work when you create any user. It will so you can able to view all the stuff. You can able to start, stop, everything can do it. You can delete it or whatever. So the requirement here it is. So I'm going to create 2 users, and I'm going to enable so this RBAC, role-based access control. Okay, so this dev user, when he log in into the admin console, he can able to view only this group stuff. Okay, so I'm going to control this guy, can able to view only this development group stuff, even the servers. And once I log in this prod user, he can able to view only this prod group. So that's what the requirement here it is. So you can able to restrict, the user can able to view it group level. So this is called the group level stuff. Okay, this is a group level. Okay, so here we have a same concept. Okay, can be done using host level. This is host level. So host level means the user you created, and you have a master. Just think about it, you have a slave also. Just think about it, you have a slave 1. So let's so you have one more mission, one more Linux mission. This is a mission 1 and this is a mission 2. Think about it. Okay, so we have a, okay, so just like that, just think about it. So we have a group, so definitely can be same group can be in 2 different boxes, can be possible. So across these 2 are under development groups, and this is the production groups. So here you can control, once I log in with this dev user, you can control, so the host level, like you can define it. Once I log in with the dev user, you can able to view everything from the master. You can log in with prod user example. So in that case, let me go with very simple, so like this, better one. Okay, so it's take this over here just for time being, just namesake. So I just have something like this, or same group. Okay, so I think, okay, 2 servers over here. So just for examples to show you this. Okay, so I have a dev group and prod group. Cool. So once you log in with this development user, he can do anything in the master only. Once you log in this guy, he can able to see only the master. So master means the master contains this particular group. He can able to control only this, not even production. So once you log in this prod server, prod user, log in with this user, and you can able to control everything in a slave box. So the slave box contain this prod group, so you can do anything in there. So I can control at the host level, I can control at a group level. So I'm going to show you this group level stuff, how to configure this. Okay, so what can be done on this? Okay, let me show you one by one. Okay, so this is group level, so I need to create 2 users. Okay, so and I'm going to create one more user. This is a normal user, admin user. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the first let me take this. So to create a user, okay, so this stuff 1 2 3, so 3 users. The first I'm going to create dev user, and then prod user, and the admin user. This is the normal guy. Okay, 3 users. So once I log in with the dev user, I have a master or a single box. Right now I'm going to show you the session with a single Linux box. So I'm going to create 2 groups, and each is having one server in it. The requirement is I'm going to enable this role-based access control. When I log in with this user, he can able to view only this particular group. So for this case, I need to create my user defined roles. So like user defined roles, you need to create it. By default, it contains the default roles will comes by default come up with a JBoss WILDFLY. Okay, so you can able to create your own roles and you can assign it the user this particular role. So okay, we will see this all this stuff, but right now just follow this. I'm going to show you this group level access control RBAC. So I have this Linux machine. I have it. I have a server over here. So WILDFLY unzip this stuff. Bin directory. So domain.sh. Just before starting it, domain configurations over here. So I'm going to replace my local host with the actual IP address. So this IP address here it is. So this is my IP address 56101. So bin directory domain.sh. So once I start this domain.sh, so by default it will come up with some groups and some servers. Okay, so we will remove that and we will clean up that and we will create our own groups, which is mentioned here in the notepad. This I will gonna create it, these groups and these servers. So okay, here it is started it. Once I started, let me open this admin console and see. Okay, so it is taking some time. If I could see here, this is the stuff, my IP and the port. So here it is. Okay, so just a second, in the browser issue something. Okay, so this is okay. So this is about the cache. Okay, so that's about the cache. Okay, so here I'm not able to access this. Okay, and make sure this is error, so no user is created so far. Okay, so before this, even if you work with I'm going to show this is CentOS 7. So firewall CMD list all. Okay, so I just enabled port 9990, enable this port, so that's why I'm able to access outside from this Linux box. Okay, so I'm just started this. So I'm not created any user by default, so that's why that error is came. So JBoss pin directory, so I'm going to create this as a normal user. Okay, so let me create one normal user called JBoss. Okay, okay, just created it. So then now I just enter. So I have a login page, JBoss login. Okay, this JBoss user is a super user by default. Whatever user you created, it will comes under the super user. So runtime host. So currently we have only single master only, we have it. And server groups, we have some groups is default come the configurations. So I'm going to stop all this default configurations which is came, and then I will remove this everything. Then we will create the fresh ones. Okay, which I mentioned in the beginning. Then it will be very clear. Remove this. So this is quite helpful definitely when you work with domain mode, when definitely people have multiple environments like development, testing, or pre-production, so different. So you can able to control this user when you log in into this. Okay, this master groups. So I'm going to create one group. So this is dev group. This is a development group. So the profile is doesn't matter. You can go with anything. Okay. So this is the development group I created, and then I'm going to create prod group. So this is get the production group. So whatever the servers under this are belongs to the production. Just think about it. So we should know the priority of this. So one the development and the production. Okay. So created just to create one server in this. So this is a dev server. So of course obviously this is under master. So this is a first server. So let me go with the 0 port offset, and make sure everything is there in a single box. Okay. So this is prod group under prod server. I'm going to create one more server. So just port offset is 100. Save it. So what we done it, the single box master is running on this. So inside this master I have two groups. So each group is having one dev server and then one is prod server. Okay. So once I log in with this user, I can able to view this. So because obviously this guy is the super guy, master. So the now see this access control on it. Okay. So to enable this RBAC, we need to execute this from the CLI. So my notepad. So to enable this RBAC, so this is the RBAC I need to execute from the CLI. But before executing this, I need to create these users. I created it. I think I'm not created it. So I need to create it and from the admin console as well as CLI. So what I'm going to do here is, so copy this. So let me create these three users. Paste it over here. So dev user, create it, and then so prod user, I'm going to create it. Cool. And then normal admin user, I'm going to create it. So 3 users are created. So once you create these 3 users, by default are the super users. So but what I want here is so done it. So go to the user and add it. Okay, so see here the roles. So before, so what I'm going to do is, so let me create the role. So my user defined role. So add the role. So my role. So what is the role? This is the development role. Just namesake dev role. So what is mean by this is, so I will declare this role. See here. So this is about this background role. Okay. So the type is a server group, and server group, what group? So dev group, and save it. So now I will going to assign the user into that particular role which is we created it. So what is this? This is dev user which we created from this CLI which we created. This is the dev user. So this dev user, and I'm assigned to dev role. So this dev role is clearly mentioned, role dev role. So this is clearly mentioned here. Edit. This guy is an administrator. As an administrator, make sure Administrator contains the multiple options, like we can restart, start, remove, do whatever, everything options. So even if you give it the monitor also, you can do only the monitoring, that particular group. Okay, so I'm going to administrator, so he can do anything. He can remove that particular, only that group servers, he can remove, do whatever you want. And only this group level, so dev group only, that's important point, the dev group. So this guy user can able to, once he log in it, he can able to view only that particular group. So again, one more role I'm going to create it, the prod role, the role, and again this is administrator and the server group, and this is prod group, save it. Okay, 2 roles I'm created, and the users I'm going to create one more the same name, prod user, which we created from the CLI, and this is as an administrator, not an issue, save it. 2 users we created it and we assigned it. Okay, so and third user, and this guy admin user. So admin user, this is the one more guy. So this guy is by default super user, so one super user should be there when you enable role based access control, RBAC. By default, whatever JBoss we created in the beginning, that will not work, save it. 3 users, cool. So this guy is by default super user, and this guy belongs to new role, dev role. This guy is, we declared it already, dev role contains only the development group. That's it. So let me go to this CLI now, JBoss CLI.sh, connect controller, I'm going to connect to the CLI and execute this RBAC statement. So we are enabling this RBAC, save it. Okay, so reload. So this is the domain mode, so host is equal to master. So you can reload this configurations in master, slave 1, slave 2, whatever. Okay, then I reloaded, so the server is getting reloaded, and the user here it is, JBoss will not work now. Log out this, and then now freshly I'm going to log in. So here, what user you want to log in? Now I'm going to log in with prod user. So once I log in with this, I can able to see only prod group, not a dev group. So that's what prod user, login, prod user, and the password, submit, and prod user administrator, runtime, server groups. Okay. I have 2 groups. This should not be the case. Just a second. There is something else. Yeah. I think. Okay, this should be a role is mismatch. 1 second. Admin user. This guy is a super user. Whole access control users. We have a admin user is super user. Dev user. Dev role. Prod is prod role. Dev role edit. So this guy is an administrator. Dev group. Server group. Dev role. Include dev role. Include. Oh my god. Okay. Here is included. I think we wrongly included. So I should not include this. I should include only. This is production role. Okay, so here it is. So I just missed it. Here a development user is included dev role. The prod user is included prod role. So then now sign out, and this is prod user. Okay, the same user. Let's log in it. Okay, so here is the runtime groups, only the prod group. You can do any options. These are all options because of background administrator, so I assign this role. Okay, so but I can see only this prod group, and the sign out, and the dev user, login with the dev user, login with this, and the runtime. So here the dev user is dev role, server groups or dev group. So we can do anything again. So here we have a lot of options. So okay, so this is about the user, the controlling this at a group level. And once I log in with this admin user, that is a super user. Okay, so admin user, so this is a normal super user which we created it. So this is contains all the options, then I can see these two. So but here it is, make sure you have to remember one point. So you can ask this question. So prod user, when he log in, he can see here, so he can able to add one more group. So this is all are about the permissions. So like administrator and monitor, we have it. So right now I assigned administrator. So administrator having the privileges, he can add one more server group. So you can disable this by adding one more role. That's it. Okay, so like this way we can control the group level. Similar way we can able to control at host level. So that we will see in the coming session. Okay, so that's all on this session, and this thanks for watching this video. Thank you.